What are we doing about a cure? What are we doing?
Because it's not one disease. It's a collection of symptoms that some of us have some of and some of us have others of. Because for something to be a disease, you have to understand the pathology behind it, what causes it, why it progresses, and how to measure it or cure it. And we don't have an understanding about that with Parkinson's. It's not like other diseases. Let me delve a little bit deeper. They act like they know stuff. And they do. And they know more every day. But they don't understand the very, very basic things about Parkinson's disease. And until we get back to the basic science of understanding this disease, where it comes from, yes. Environmental causes, yes. Genetic causes, yes. But specifically how? Why do I say that? Because there's people with the genetic variations that don't ever get the disease. There's people with the disease that don't have the genetic predispositions. There's people who have environmental exposures that don't ever get it. It's not cut and dry. So the sooner that everybody just says, we don't really understand this disease, let's focus on figuring that out above and beyond everything else, then maybe we'll get a cure. Stem cells. Stem cells have been around for a long time. Why is it getting so much attention now? Because there have been breakthroughs in stem cells, specifically in what's called the delivery system, like how we get it into the body, getting stuff past your blood-brain barrier, actually making enough stem cells to get them where they need to go. But here's the problem. If I take dopamine-producing neurons and put them in my brain right now, it's still a Parkinson's brain. They can still get Parkinson's. That's a simplification of like multiple studies in multiple countries. And when you say there's only 2 studies, that's not the case. There's studies going on all over the world. We just don't hear about them all. It's exciting, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. Largely because of our regulatory process. And part of the reason that Japanese have been more successful with this is because other countries have adapted their regulatory processes for these diseases like ours that don't have cures. But I have plenty of information about this, guys. Like, educate yourselves. There's tons of stuff. And that's, I want to get excited too. And I'm angry too. I'm so pissed off. You have no idea. I wake up every day and do this because I'm super mad. Why TikTok challenges? Why any of the handshaking, party, sitcom boss stuff? To raise money. To raise money. It's all to raise money. It's that simple. They're all just different shiny objects to get money. And we need money. Everybody needs money. The question we need to ask ourselves is the money going to the research that's going to benefit us fastest and most efficiently? And that's why I say, like, we as a community have to stand up and say, stop going down the same rabbit hole. Where is the interdisciplinary thinking? Where is the outside of the box thinking? Where is the innovation coming from? It comes from when people from outside of their little silos talk and work to each other. They're not even talking to us. So do you think they're talking about people in other academic areas and other research spaces? No. I've watched a lot of videos, a lot of Zooms, and there's one that the World Parkinson's Congress does called Research Spotlight, and it's really good because they ask the researchers basically like their origin stories and how they became researchers. And time after time when I listen to them, there's always these moments of serendipity where it's like some guy was researching some stuff with like monkey sperm or something, I don't know, something random, and then his office got moved to a building next to a guy that was looking at alpha-synuclein, and they were like, hey dude, you want to come study with me? And he's like, that's cool, or whatever, like over lunch or at a bar or just random stuff like that like brought people from their different disciplines together and new ideas were formed. That is what we need. not these conferences that a bunch of people researching the same crap for the last 30 years sit around and give each other awards and pat each other on the back, and there's no patients there, and they're like, keep doing what you're doing, Greg. Like real interdisciplinary, everything working together, creative stuff with patients and researchers and neurologists and economics and sociologists and historians and child development experts and psychiatrists. I don't know what, but like to get that new thinking. And that's what we need too, is young blood. I am here for the young researchers because they have that out of the box thinking. They are going to bring innovation, and we should support them. I'm not calling out anybody in particular. I'm just saying what I see. But as long as we keep going all in on this stuff that just is already having so many red flags around it, we're never going to get to the cure. I am unapologetic in wanting that for myself and for future generations, because I worry about, my family. And we can be really good, important agents for change, especially when it comes to where our money goes. So don't be afraid to say, I don't want my money to go to another freaking study about exercise. We all know exercise is great. Save your money. Go figure out why some people have a genetic mutation and don't get Parkinson's, and some people get it and don't. Go put that money into how sleep impacts us and how to fix our damn sleep and different avenues, stuff that matters. Seriously. Hope this helps.